Three reasons I'm bullish on Bitcoin. One is the halving aftermath, HALVING, the halving aftermath. The 2024 Bitcoin halving is behind us. And historically, the 12 to 18 months after halving have been the most explosive. Why? Simple economics. Supply just got cut in half and demand hasn't slowed. We're still early in that post-halving window. Most people won't realize what's happening until the prices are already near the top. I plan to accumulate now, not FOMO later. The second reason I'm bullish on Bitcoin is ETF inflows. Next, Wall Street is finally here. Bitcoin ETFs are bringing in billions of dollars from institutional investors, retirement funds, hedge funds, pensions. That's long-term sticky capital. It legitimizes Bitcoin and adds fuel to the fire. This isn't hype money. It's slow, smart, and steady money, and it's growing. The third reason I'm bullish on Bitcoin is number 3, global adoption trends. Globally, countries facing inflation, currency collapses, and capital controls are adopting Bitcoin at the grassroots level. From Argentina to Nigeria to parts of Asia, people are using Bitcoin as a lifeline. That kind of real world use case is only expanding. It's not just about price, it's about freedom. So yeah, I'm bullish, not because of the hopium, but because I'm watching the fundamentals evolve in real time. If you want to learn and grow with me, click the link to join the Academy and let's build wealth and understanding together. So to me, Bitcoin isn't just a chart, it's a revolution. I'm 56 years old. I'm building wealth for the long haul, 5, 10, 20 years out. But I'm also in the trenches every day studying the charts, watching the moves, and learning how to swing trade and scalp the right way. Whether you're just getting started or looking to sharpen your edge, you're not alone. I'm on this journey with you. That's why I've joined the IOVIA Academy. 60 plus live educators, simple tools, real results. Click the link in my bio or description. My goal is to help 200 plus people this year. Be one of them. Let's build wealth, skill, and confidence together. So this is what I'm looking at Monday morning around 4:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is what's called if you look over here, you can look at Bitcoin on the different time frames. You can pull out 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 4 hours. So when I'm thinking the 5, 10, 20 years, me personally, what I'm looking at is either monthly or weekly charts. The biggest this chart goes out to is a weekly. So you can actually, so this is and then also too, so we're looking at on the biggest time frame, and you have different ways you can look at it. You can look at it with candles. You can look at it with line. This is just basic line chart. Volume check. This is a basic line chart, looking at it on the weekly time frame. Okay, volume is good. So this is actually, you can see this is from May 2025 all the way back here, May 2023. So this is just a 2-year look. So one of the reasons I'm bullish 5, 10, 20 years is I feel it's very possible, based on the education I've received, that it could very likely, and it's not saying it's gonna happen, but it's very likely, very, very likely, I feel, I'm bullish, that's what that means. I feel that it's gonna go 30 to 60% growth year over year for the next 5 to 10 years. So that means if you put $1 in it today, it's $1.30 to $1.60. I mean, that's a, and then you kind of look at it from there: $1, $10, $100, $1,000, whatever you can on up. But so just taking my earnings, whether it's from my business, you can take your earnings, whether it's from your job or your business, and then you're ideally going to save and invest somewhere. So this is a big part of my strategy, is why I'm bullish, because I feel like between now and the next 10 years, it's very likely it's going to grow 30 to 60% every year after year. That's the idea. So, but here we are, May 25. I'm going to just share with you some things that I've been looking at from that point of view. But now I'm looking into, say, the next 2 years. What are we going to do the next 2 years or so, right? So, and this is just my own personal homework, but I'm just sharing my notes with you. So I'm kind of zooming out now. We're right here, but I feel what you see, the two different cases, this 2025 bull case, and I'm going to say 2025. I'm going to change this to 2026, because I think it's going to lead into, obviously, next year. I feel like it's going to, well, we'll see. These are my speculations right here, so you can just judge for yourself. It's not financial advice, but these are just some different, and the white line is the potentials, of how it could go, because it can go down before it goes back up, and so you just don't know. Yeah, I feel like we have to be prepared for anything. That's generally my goal, is just to be prepared for anything. But for the next 1 to 2 years, I feel like the next level of major support, resistance and support, is going to be 109,000 to 119,000. Then I feel like the next major support resistance level after that will be right around 159,000 to 189,000, in that range. So some things I'm just buying and holding through all the turbulence. I'm not timing everything, but then there's 3 different ways that I'm looking at it right now, and there's going to be many more as time goes on, but some I'm just buying now and holding through the turbulence, and for the long 5, 10, 20 years. And then also I'm doing that ideally for me personally. I have a personal Roth IRA, and then what I do is I save my after-tax income into that. And now we can actually put Bitcoin into a Roth IRA umbrella. And what that means is you're putting in money into your long-term savings, but you're saving it with after-tax dollars. So just for an example, say for example, you just round numbers, say you saved $100,000 worth of Bitcoin into a Roth IRA. Just say for example. And then say 10 years later, it's $1 million, just say. When you put the 100,000 in, it was after taxed dollars. That means the taxes have already been paid. But then when you take it out 10 years later, it's not taxed, because That's the rules of the Roth IRA. So instead of paying 20 to 40% taxes on your retirement income, you pay 0. So that's, and then just be aware there are personal Roth IRAs. And then if you own a business, there are, and you're a solo entrepreneur, there's what's called a solo Roth IRA with much higher contribution limits. So that's long-term. I'm buying into those umbrellas and saving for the long term. That's a big part of my strategy. All right. But now let's save this. But then now let's look at swing trade. So this is something I've been working on. It's called, I've got it under scalp, but because you can look at them both. But this on the 4-hour time frame, for me, that's a good swing trade time frame. We've been watching this. If you've been watching the any of the market update videos back like April 25th, we've been watching this swing zone. This is maybe almost 10 days ago now. So ideally of a swing, this is not financial advice. Ideally in a swing, you buy in the blue, sell in the red. Pretty simple, right? So then also too, and we can profit when the price goes down as well. You can start fresh. You can sell in the red and then buy in the blue. That's another way to do it. But this is I feel like, yeah, I hope we hold this level of support. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're just watching it. It's a level of support. What can happen is we can lose the level of support altogether, can drop below. Or you can see, we'll do like we did back here. We might maintain. I did personally put buy orders in the blue because that's my strategy. If it breaks the zone below, we'll put I have what's called a stop loss, meaning I'll lose the trade, but it'll be the minimum loss that I can possibly lose. But ideally, buying in the blue, selling the red. That's swing trade. Now, let's look at scalp trade. This is fascinating. A scalp trade is like in a daytime trading session. So imagine if you were in the academy. This is what's called swipe coin, and this gives us this is a scalp trading tool. Oh, man, it's so awesome. So what happened was, say you were back here on May 3, like last Thursday. This would have been perfect example. Well, not exactly perfect example, but it shows you what can happen. So say we're Thursday and we're just looking at this. We're following along the charts. This is all the information we have. Well, the system, see, I'm going to go ahead and print this out or put it in the middle. The system gave us these two levels right here. The system gave us these two levels. Now, as we're going along, we have a support and we have a resistance, and it's inside the box. Well, we broke out of this, meaning that it looks like it's going to go up, but then it came back down. So you would have got stopped out right here or right here. We're back in the zone again, but then it went below the zone. So say right here, you could have got into a short. Anywhere in here, you could have got into a short, had all this time. Now let's zoom out a little bit and see how it played out. A short is when you sell at the top price, like you take a sell order around around 96,800, that it's going to go down. So when the price goes down, you make your profit. This is a beautiful scalp. Look at this. And it's still in that downward trend. All this right here, it hasn't not showing a bottoming out yet, but that's what we can see here. We're obviously at this level of support on the 4-hour time frame. So this one last big green candle, that's all where this is all that opened up. So it's in that big area of support, but this is on the 15-minute time frame. It looks like it's still to me, it looks like it's still in a downtrend. All right, now I'll show you one more other tool from the Academy. This is called the My Swipe coin. This is a place where the educators go in and they put in their trading ideas. So for example, on Friday, I'm going to show you this trade they recommended, or zone. It's just, they're just sharing with you zones. They don't really say they recommend the trade, but do your own research. They're sharing you their ideas. See, they call them ideas. So they're not saying, hey, this is golden, because sometimes they get it wrong. So one of the educators on Friday, if you remember, you would have got this idea here. On the 15-minute time frame, it's a bearish idea. They would have told you the price, 96,870. So you would have went to your chart, you would have put in a sell order, 96,870, and $3,000 drop. So you would have made all kind of percentages on that trade. That's a beautiful. So that's what I love to do too, is I like to get the ideas from the educators, and then I like to compare it myself on my own notes. And wow. So you have the My Swipe coin, where they give you all kind of leverage ideas. For example, it's not just Bitcoin. People, they trade all kind of stuff. XRP, SOL, BTC. So that's a lot of what they scalp trade. XRP, SOL, BTC, maybe some ETH. But these are leverage ideas. They give you exchange ideas, give you leverage ideas. So we have that tool. We have the Swipe coin, so you can track it. And there's all kind of stuff we can do with this. And we have the levels tool, which is, I've been using it for years, over 5 years, and I just love it. So I'm very happy with it. It has served me very well. Plus getting insights from the educators, and you get to go on their lives. So it's really helpful. So yeah, I'm bullish, not because of the hopium, because I'm watching the fundamentals evolve in real time. If you want to learn and grow with me, click the link, join the Academy, and let's build wealth and understanding together. And remember this, health is wealth. Without our health, what difference does any earthly things matter? So consider that your health is wealth. Cash flow is king. We used to say cash is king. Consider that cash flow is king. So health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen, and credit is freedom. Think about it. Be blessed. And I'll see you tomorrow morning on the next market update. Please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. And we'll see you next time.